All right. So hopefully I won't sneeze my way through this today. The pollen. Oh my goodness. Let's start in a comfortable seat. Take any position that feels good. Maybe you want to sit up on the heels, the shins. Maybe it's legs crossed. Just feel the support of the mat underneath you. Take a little journey along the spine, feeling the lengthening from the tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head. Soften the face, and the jaw, and the neck, shoulders. Begin to take the attention down to the belly, allowing a gentle flow of the inhalation and the exhalation. Just taking a moment here to tune out what we need to tune out, like a radio, and tune in to ourselves. Right, so we're getting on the right channel. Channel ME, right? When we can take time, when we remember that we can take time just like this during any moment of the day. We don't have to sit, we can stand, right? We can be anywhere, in the car, in the room, just like turning on a light switch, right? We can take a breath and go inside, listen. And ask, what do I need right now? What do I want? What will best serve me? What will best serve the people around me? Whatever you feel is the right question to ask at the right time to self, to that higher self, that intuitive self. Just allow the breath to deepen, the exhales to lengthen. And opening the eyes, inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. Exhale, press them down. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and extend the arms back. So we're opening up the chest. Let the gaze lift, stretching the throat. And then exhale, hinge forward with the bind. So we don't have to go down very far, right? The arms can be reaching behind us. Again, find that lengthening. Check in with that spine. Lengthen. Draw the breath in. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Good. Let's go ahead and come onto hands and knees. So just roll on over. Pressing down into the earth with the hands, feeling the root of each finger pressing into the earth. Exhale, round the belly, draw the chin into the chest. Inhale, let's open up that chest, stretch forward. Oh, that's hurting me today. Exhale, round. Inhale, release that belly, look up one more time. Good, we're gonna find that neutral spine. We're gonna start here and take that left foot back behind us. So just start right here. Make sure those hips are square. Right, we don't want that left hip to be lifted up. We really wanna draw it in. Press out energetically through the heel. And then as you lift the leg, take your right arm out. So we're finding a balance here. Go ahead and bend that back leg, reach back, find the foot, and then inhale, open up the chest. Release the hand, take it back out. Let that right hand come. We're going to keep that leg lifted. And then on the exhale, we're just going to cross the leg behind the right leg and then inhale, lift. Exhale, take it behind. Squeeze. Inhale, lift. Maybe a little squeeze of the glute there. It doesn't have to be too much. One more time. Lift it up and then release that right foot. Left knee, sorry. Go ahead and find child's pose. Extend the fingertips long. Take your forehead down to the floor. You can let it just hover if that feels better. Take a couple nice full breaths in and out, releasing. And then your next inhalation, let's make our way back up into table. One round of cat-cow here, exhale. And inhale. And then again, finding that neutral spine, go ahead and draw that right leg back. Press through the heel, stretching out the back of the leg, energize. Lift the belly, and then as you lift that back leg, lift the opposite arm. Let's go ahead and bend that knee behind us and reach back, find the foot, and then draw yourself up. Open up the chest. Keep the leg right where it is. Take that hand back to the floor. Here's our inhale, exhale, cross it behind. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cross, little squeeze. And then let that knee come back down. Good. We're just going to go ahead and take our right hand and take those fingers towards the body. So we're going to kind of work into those wrists, right? So we're looking at the palm of our hand. We're pressing down. We're stretching out that wrist. Good. Take that right hand back to the floor, left hand. So I don't necessarily straighten my elbow here. Some people can. I don't feel comfortable doing that, so I keep a nice little gentle bend in my elbow. Stretching out the top of my wrist. Good. Release. All right, tucking those toes under. Make your way back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So pedal out the feet, move around in your downward facing dog. Shake it out. Walk the dog, pedal the feet. Notice what's happening in the hands and in the shoulders. Can you balance out your pressure, right, through the front body and the back body? Can you release the head? What's happening with the breath? Let those heels grow heavy. Find a stillness here. It's wonderful, all over body stretch. Inhale, walk to the top of the mat. All the way up, standing forward, hold in Uttanasana. Maybe you take hold of opposite elbows. On your next inhalation, lift halfway. Find that belly lift, flat back. Exhale, release. Let everything go. Press out through the feet, bend the knees. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Let the arms come up and over the head. Bring the palms together. Interlace all the fingers except for that index finger and thumb. Pointing that index finger straight up to heaven. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Chin is parallel to the floor. Nice full deep breaths here. Reaching and extending. Last breath, bring the palms to heart center, hinge at the hips, standing forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release. Bring the palms to heart center and then stand all the way up. Inhale, reach the arms back up and overhead. Exhale, twist to the right, arms come out. Inhale through center. Exhale, take it to the other side. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms through heart center, hinge at the hips, bend the knees. Step the left foot back, come down onto the left knee, and find your low lunge. So reaching and extending those arms just for a breath, and then bring them to the hips. Holding here, right? We can really notice if those hips are nice and square. And then we can begin to take a gentle lean forward, right? So those hips are moving forward and down, a little stretch for that quadricep. Then we can inhale, take those arms back up over the head. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Left hand plants, right arm twists. We reach, look up with the right hand. Right hand comes to the floor. Let's lift that back foot and step up. Top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release, bring the palms to prayer and stand all the way up. Inhale, reach the arms up and over the head. Exhale, palms draw through heart center, hinge forward. Bend the knees, step the right foot back. Come down onto the right knee and inhale, low lunge. Bring the hands to the hips. And again, begin to sink your hips forward and down. So we want to make sure that that knee is still in line, right? With the ankle. We're not going too far forward. Inhale, arms extend back up overhead. On your next exhalation, bring the right hand to the floor and then twist. Left arm reaching up. Good. Look at the floor. Left hand comes down. Tuck those back toes under. Step up again. Down to our forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release, bend the knees, find chair, Utkatasana. Sweep the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, stand up, forward fold. Bend the knees again, find chair, Utkatasana. And stand all the way up, bring the palms alongside the body, close the eyes, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, look up, exhale, palms through heart center, hinge at the hips. Bend the knees. This time we're going to step back, find plank pose. Let's take 3 full breaths here in plank. And you can take a flow of your choice. You can take a knees, chest, chin. You could come out of the gate in Chaturanga Dandasana. But we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Look forward, make your way back to the top of the mat. You can step or jump. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release, palms to heart center. Stand all the way up, bring those palms up over the head, interlace the fingers. Take the opposite thumb on top. Index finger pointing to sky. Take a gentle bend over to the left. Come back up through center. Over to the other side. Come back up through center. Exhale, palms through heart center. Fold forward. Bend the knees, step the left foot back. We're going to come into a high lunge, or you can stay down on the knee like we did before. Your choice. Inhale, rise up. Nice full deep breath. Lift through that back leg. Energize that back leg. Draw that left hip forward. Begin to sink into that front knee. Bring the hands onto the knee, and then left hand is going to touch down. Twist to the right, open up that right shoulder, right arm reaching up. Look at the floor, bring the right hand back down, step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bring the palms to heart center and stand all the way up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Bend the knees, step that right foot back. Again, knee can be lifted or down, low lunge or high. Gently pull that right hip forward. Come a little bit lower, closer to the ground. Release the hands, right hand plants, twist to the left. Left arm reaching up. Release that left hand. We're going to step that left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. Inhale, flow forward, find your plank. Exhale your way, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Come on to the knees. Find a child's pose. Open up the palms facing up. Press yourself back up. Find your nice strong table. Tuck your toes under and again, come into downward facing dog. Left foot's going to stay heavy. That right leg reaches up and back. And then step the right foot between the hands. Pop that left foot in, turn the toes out. Send that left hip forward as you bend into the right knee and find warrior one. We're going to bring the hands behind the back and just interlace the fingers with the elbows bent right at the sacrum. Draw the shoulder blades back. On your next exhalation, we're going to hinge forward right between our legs. And as we do, maybe those arms begin to straighten and reach back for the back wall. May want to lift them up a little bit higher. Last breath here. Inhale, rise all the way up. Good. Let's go ahead and reach those arms up and then step up with that left foot. Finding a bit of a balance here. And then exhale, release. Bring those palms at heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive over the legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, release. Go ahead and find your way back, downward facing dog. Right foot stays heavy, left leg sweeps up. Step that left foot between the hands, come onto the step up with the right foot and turn the toes out. Bend into that left knee and inhale, rise up. Warrior one on the other side. On your next exhalation, hands come back behind the back. And then exhale, hinging forward right between the legs. Look at the floor in front of you. Extend those arms. Notice your toes. Try not to grip into your toes. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Arms come up over the head. Big breath here. Step up, bring that right foot up, hip height. And then let that right foot come down next to the left. Go ahead and bring the palms at heart center. Close the eyes. We're going to come into a little bit of a balance challenge here. So you can take any position you'd like on your mat, opening the eyes. We're just going to take that right foot in front of the left, right? Like we're standing on a balance beam. Tuck that tailbone, right? Find your center. Inhale, take those arms up. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Let your gaze be soft. Good. Go ahead and bring those palms to heart center. Point that toe and then bring it back around. Good. Go ahead and step forward with that left foot. Bring it in front of the right. You can decide how wide or narrow you want that space to be between your feet. Right. Once you feel steady here, again, maybe take those arms back up. Center your weight between your feet. Good. Bring those palms to heart center. Point that toe and then go ahead and bring it back. Find your way back to the top of the mat. Good. Go ahead. Inhale. Index finger pointing to sky. Take that tilt over to the left. Inhale through center. Tilt over to the right. Nice stretch for the side body. Inhale, center. Exhale. Hinge from the hips. Bend the knees. We're going to step that left foot back. And we're going to turn those back toes. And we're going to come up again into warrior one. Just coming in from a different way this time. Arms reaching, palms facing one another. Keep drawing that left hip forward. Take those hands behind the back, clasp them on your sacrum. Keep the elbows bent and straighten the front leg. Maybe you walk that right foot over so your stance is a little bit wider. We're going to find a little bit of a forward bend here over that right leg. So as you inhale, lean back, open up that chest. Exhale, hinge over the right leg. So it's taking a journey, right? Not straight between the legs, but actually a little over to the right. And maybe those arms extend up again. Pyramid pose. Nice straight legs, keep that belly active. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Woo! Bend into that right knee. Arms come up and overhead. Nice. Exhale, let's take the hands to the floor. Step that right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Inhale, find a plank, and then exhale, vinyasa of your choice. Again, knees, chest, chin, or a chaturanga. Match your breath to your flow. Looking forward, make your way back to the top of the mat. You can step or jump. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release, palms to heart center. Stand all the way up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive over the legs. Lift halfway again. Exhale, release, bend the knees. This time we're going to step that left foot back, or the right foot back, sorry. Turn those toes out. Bend into the knee, and again, warrior one. On the other side. Settle into your warrior one. Feel the strength here. Take those hands behind the back. Straighten that front leg. Again, maybe you want to widen your stance. Inhale, look up, lift the chest. Exhale, hinging to the left. Straighten out those arms. Feel that stretch and that explosion of energy moving in all sides of the body, front, back, side. Breathe deeply. Good. Press out through the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up, bend into the knee, warrior one. Bring those hands down to the floor, step it back, find your plank, your downward facing dog. Inhaling again, let's take a flow. After 3 nice full breaths in downward dog, or whenever you are ready, bring the knees to the floor and take a child's pose. Let the breath just carry you away. All right, on the next breath, let's make our way back up into table. Take a rounded cat-cow just because it feels really nice to give us a little stretch. Good, and then we're just gonna wiggle our way down onto our belly. Take your favorite cheek to the floor. Hands alongside the body. Feel the breath in this direction. Right, as that belly's pressing down. Maybe you feel a little bit more expansion in the back. Lift the head, bring the forehead to the opposite side. You know, my neighbor has this way of deciding to mow his lawn every time I plan to do a yoga class. It's pretty much inevitable he'll be mowing his lawn. All right, I'm just gonna enjoy the sounds as I practice. Bring the forehead to the floor. I'd like you to take your hands behind the back, interlace your fingers at the sacrum again and bend the elbows like we were doing in the standing poses. Zip up those legs. And on your inhale, lift your head and chest. Now maybe you want to keep your hands pressing down, or maybe you want to reach your fingers for your heels. Last breath here. Exhale, release, let the hands go. Take your favorite cheek to the mat. Pressing the pelvis down, right? Draw the belly in. Bring that forehead back to the floor and the hands back on the sacrum. Zip up the legs. Lift the kneecaps, but not the toes. Inhale, begin to lift the head and chest again. Reach those fingertips back. Maybe you lift the legs, maybe you don't. And our bound locust, Salabhasana. Slowly exhale, release. Take your opposite cheek to the mat. Palms reach. Palms are facing the sky. Good. Bring that forehead back to the floor. Hands come up underneath the shoulders. And we're going to press up again into a table. Press down through that right leg, take the right knee, lift that left leg back behind you, the way we started today. Then we're going to bend that knee again and then cross it back behind us. We're going to flare those feet out to the side and then walk back. So we're at the back of the mat. Our feet are apart. If you're like, I don't like this, I don't want to stay in this position, hands come back and we just take that bottom leg and extend it forward. Let's see if you can't keep the bind here, right? Find both sits bones rooted down. Feel that you can sort of lengthen through that tailbone again as we were sitting at the beginning of class, right? Close the eyes here just for a moment. Again, softening the belly, softening the breath. We're in no rush. Just release any tension you're feeling in the hips right now. And then go ahead and inhale. Let's reach those arms up on either side of the ears. Take that left hand and bring it down like you're patting yourself on the back, right hand to the elbow. And then let that chest open. Maybe that right hand reaches back up and then takes a journey to the back. And maybe those fingers touch, maybe they don't. But I want you to lean your head right into your forearm, right? You're sitting up nice and tall here. And you can stay right here or you can work on a forward fold. Keep squeezing the thighs together. Keep lifting the belly, breathing, opening the chest. Inhale, good. Sit all the way up. Release the hands. Take them back behind you. Shift your weight back. Uncross the legs. Nice and wide on the mat. Do a little windshield wiper here. We're going to cross the legs and we're going to come forward again onto hands and knees. Back into table. Maybe we do a scary cat just because it feels really good to stretch out the back after what we just did. And then find that neutral. That right leg is going to come long. We're going to lift it up. Bend the knee and then take it behind. Flare out those knees again, or I should say the feet, knees together, and walk back to the back of the mat, right? So you got to like really get yourself all squared away, right? Which means you may need to wiggle around a little bit, get the right placement of the sitting bones. Again, take a minute here, close the eyes. Can you be comfortable in the uncomfortable? Right? This is not comfortable. But can we find comfort here? Inhale, take those arms up and over the head. Let that right arm come down and then the left hand comes to that elbow, drawing it back. Let that left arm release and find its way back behind you. Soften the breath, soften the face. Take that full inhale, maybe exhale, maybe you come forward, maybe you don't. Right, you decide. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. Release the hands, take them back behind you. Again, undo those legs. A little bit of back and forth. Feel good. Yeah. Let it go. All right, we're going to come into boat pose from here just because we can. So finding that nice central spot on our Sits bones. Let those hands come behind the knees. We can lift our feet, right? One together. Maybe those hands stay back here as we lift the legs. Maybe we keep them bent and we just explore the arms out, right? You got to use the core. Gotta find that balance. Use the core. Gaze at your feet. Belly pulled in. Regal neck. Slowly release. Let those feet come closer to the floor. This is a little strength building. Inhale, lift. Right, you could always do it with the arms back here and the knees bent. Take it down and up. One more time. Take it down and all the way down. You can moan, make noise. Lay down on your back. Stretch your arms up over the head. Like a nice good morning stretch, really feeling those ribs expanding. Maybe you point and flex the toes a little bit or open and close the fingers, right? Energy here. And on your next exhale, bring the knees into the chest, give them a hug. You can roll around any way that feels good. Want to pull the head and chest up, make it a little smaller, tighter ball. Do that too, just for another breath or two. And then let the head find its way back to the mat. So bring those knees again back into the chest. And then we're going to take the knees or the feet straight up over, right, so that they're perpendicular to the floor. And then we're going to bring the palms alongside, or the arms alongside the ears. So the thumb is on the mat. Now we're going to slowly release that right leg. And we're going to let it hover about an inch off the floor. We're going to lift our hands an inch off the floor and take our head up an inch off the floor. And we're in Virabhadrasana 3. We'll reach that right leg back up to meet the left. You can put the head down for a moment. And then slowly let that left leg hover. Hands lift, head lift. Good. Slowly let those legs come back up. Bend the knees, arms wrap again. Oh, that was good work. Let's rock a little side to side. We're going to rock up and down and find our way up to a seat. Let those feet come out in front of us. We're going to do a forward fold. So sitting up nice and tall. Take an inhale, let those arms extend up and over the head, and then exhale, hinging forward. Soften the gaze. Each time I inhale, I try to lift just a little bit. And then I let my exhales draw me a little bit more forward. Inhale, lift all the way up. Good. All right. So making our way back onto our back. Just lay all the way down. Make sure your blocks are nearby. Take a minute just to settle in here. Let those palms come back up over the head. And we're going to walk our feet all the way over to the left side of the mat. And then we're going to bring our arms all the way over to the left. Draw that right hip down. So we're coming into that nice banana shape here, yeah? Maybe you cross that right ankle on top of the left. Last big stretch breath here. Good. Slowly release. Take everything back to center. Bring those knees back into the chest. And then stretch out long again. Good. Let's walk those feet all the way over to the right. Arms over to the right. Draw that left hip down. Right? The work here is to keep that left hip towards the mat. Nice deep stretch in that side body, crossing the ankle if that feels good. Nice. Slowly, big breath in. Exhale, release, undo the legs, come back through center. We're going to go ahead and just bring those arms alongside the body, palms face down, and bend the knees. Feet are going to come in nice and close to the buttocks. And as we press down into the hands and into the shoulders, we're just going to peel the spine up just a little bit. And then lower it down, really working each vertebrae, right? Rolling up on the inhale, pressing down into the arms. And exhale, lowering. So it's just kind of like a baby bridge, right? We're just like, it should feel really yummy on the sacrum, on the low back. A little bit of a squeeze into the glutes. One more. So from here, you can come into a bridge or a supported bridge, or you can come into wheel if wheel's in your practice. So, and supported bridge, you're going to take the blocks, place them underneath your sacrum and walk the shoulder blades underneath you, right? Or you could just lift up without the blocks and hold here. If you want to do bridge, if you want to do wheel, the hands are going to come back by the shoulders, right? And we're going to press ourselves up onto the head and then all the way up into our pose. I'm just not feeling it tonight, so I may not be doing it. But those of you that have it in your practice, that's where you're going. Again, yoga is all about honoring your body and where you are. With my sinuses, just the idea of that is just not fun on my face. Don't want to go there. Another breath, release all the way out. Bring the knees into the chest. Little baby circles with the knees, or just any movements that feel good here. And then slowly letting those feet come to the floor. Grab one block if you're doing Viparita Karani, or you can just go into your shoulder stand through Halasana plow pose. If you're doing Viparita Karani, that block is going to go under the sacrum, and we're going to lift our legs. I really encourage you to come into that shoulder stand through Halasana, getting those feet back up and over the head with the palms touching the back of the low back, and then walking the palms up as you increase those feet towards the heavens, right? So we're walking our arms closer to our shoulders. And we're trying to keep our thumbs in tight, not wrapping the thumbs around the waist. Like a little mitten on our backs, right? If you're in shoulder stand, you're going to slowly work your way down into halasana again. Release the hands and then let the legs come down using the arms like a brake. If you have a Viparita Karani, you're going to just bring those feet back to the floor. You're going to lift the sacrum up and then take that block out. All right, just take a moment here for the spine to just neutralize before we do anything else. We're going to go ahead and cross that left knee over the right. And we're going to lift our legs up into the body. We're going to lift our head, grab hold of the feet or the legs somewhere, and draw those feet apart. Nice big squeeze. And then let the head relax. Lift up again on your inhale. Good. Release the hands back to the floor. Let the feet come back to the earth. Keep the legs crossed. Lift up and then bring your hips a little bit to the left. And we're just going to, as the arms come up into goalposts, we're just going to let those legs melt over to the right. And maybe our gaze goes over to the left. If this is too much of a bind and twist, just let those legs uncurl. Good. Press into the feet, come back up through center. Uncross those legs. Let those hands come back alongside the body. Cross the right knee over the left, and then lift the knees into the chest. Lift the head, take hold of the feet. Spread them wide. And let the head come back to the mat. Good. Slowly let the feet come back to the floor. Arms come up. Right. We're going to take the hips slightly to the right and then let the legs fall to the left. And then maybe again, we look over that left shoulder. Unwinding the legs, just pressing through the feet. Bring them back up through center. And you're going to make your way into Shavasana. So if you were feeling it like I am, grab your blanket, right? And you're going to roll it up like a Tootsie Roll and place it on the mat behind you. Leave some room. And let that spine begin to rest. Grab your hands, reach for the top of the blanket, and then lift it up. And just kind of curl it up so that your head and the top of your neck has a nice little shelf to rest on. Let those arms come out. Let those legs go long. Take a big, full, deep breath in, exhaling, letting it all release. Each inhale, release. Each exhale, release. And finding your way into Shavasana, corpse pose. It's called corpse pose because it's an asana and we're not moving. Enjoy whatever sensations are happening in the body. Feeling that breath going back into the unconscious. We're not thinking about anything. We're awake. We're fully present. Slowly bringing your attention back to the space. Breathing deeply. Making some small movements, wiggling fingers, toes. When you're ready, bending the knees, taking the feet to the floor. And if it's evening, rolling to the right, it's morning to the left. Rolling to the left gives you more energy. You need some energy. Rolling to the right, kind of settling in for the day, right? Just keeping this peaceful feeling. A little bit more relaxed. And then as you're ready, finding your way back up. Taking a comfortable seat. I invite you to keep the eyes closed or partially closed. Just take a minute to notice. Right, we've been practicing for just about an hour. How do you feel now? Do you feel the same as when you came to the mat? Have a different feeling? Notice what those things are. If you feel anything at all, you don't have to. Just being the observer, right? Just being the observer. Now we're going to take the hands behind the back. Take hold of the right wrist with the left hand with the elbows bent. Open up that chest in yoga mudra. And then exhale, just hinge slightly forward. It's not about getting your forehead to the floor. We just seal in the practice with this gesture. Any insights? Inhale, come back up. Bring the palms to heart center. Now close by saying namaste, which means the light in me sees, recognizes, and honors that light in you. Namaste. Yay, you did it. Go make the
Thank you,
best
Lynn.
of the rest. Yes.